Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Building with Flow. Last episode we left things off with the construction of this here wonderful looking castle keep ruin type thingy. Let's try to make a landing over here. Yep, I still think this is looking quite nice, but also since last episode I have been making quite a lot of changes on the interior of this thing. You see, I had a couple of suggestions from viewers giving me, some good ideas actually to add a bit more rubble and ruined thingies on the inside of here. You'll see I've added a bunch of these support beams that came from the roof, as well as a whole bunch of stone and rubble that also came down from the ceiling, probably when it all collapsed. Over here I have a bit of a start of what used to be a stairway going up into this tower, which also has been completely destroyed in the course of time. This adds quite a bit more immersion into this interior part of the castle, as well as some buttons here and there. These buttons, they make for quite a nice decoration. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. These buttons make a good job in resembling some rocks just lying loose who came loose from the wall or whatnot. And also I got a wonderful suggestion from a certain viewer, I can't remember their name, but they suggested that I should have one of these buttons actually do something. So you'll see none of them actually do something except for this one over here. You'll notice when I push it, something opens up, and that is over here. We've got a small doorway opening up. Once we push the button, a secret entrance leading to a not so much decorated yet basement. I plan on making this into like a long corridor dungeon type thingy, perhaps leading into a secret tunnel going to other parts of my island. That would be actually a very cool idea. And also this here, I mean, look at me being a redstone genius. This is the observer making a signal from the button on top, going to this here sticky piston with observer, making sure that if I push it, that it only gives a single pulse to the sticky pistons closing up the door. And then we push it again, and the button pulse stays a single pulse and opening up the door. And I am keeping true to my word that in this world I'm not looking up any redstone type tutorials for farms or redstone contraptions like this. It took me quite some time figuring this out, but apparently this device is called a T flip-flop, turning a button pulse into a one pulse signal. I actually have the feeling that I'm getting better at redstone. I'm still absolute trash at redstone, but still. So that's a pretty neat detail in my world. And some other things I did in here was I added a bunch of more leaves to make it look extra overgrown. Yeah, all in all, I think this place is coming nicely together. So yeah, that was a wonderful suggestion. Thank you to whoever left that suggestions. I always do appreciate any type of feedback I get on any of my videos, whether it being telling me how amazing I am or just some constructive criticism. It's all very much appreciated, and it can only help me grow as a Minecraft builder and content creator. Speaking of helping me out, you know what else tremendously helps me out more than you'll ever know? It's hitting that like button. And while you're at it, also the subscribe button. There you go. Also still plan on making a pathway going up this hill. But enough of these castle ruins for right now. This is not what I had in mind for doing this episode. This episode will be about this one over here. This flying beauty in the sky right in front of me. The Endurance. It's a flying steampunk airship I've built quite a couple of episodes ago. So let's see. Make our landing. Hello, Captain Rat. This parrot actually has the name of a viewer who suggested I put a parrot over here. Captain McCracken, glad to see you're doing alright. I think we have a second villager, if he's still alive, down here somewhere. Where you at? You here? Yep. Poop Deck Pete, still doing alright. I've actually been doing some chores around the ship here. I still needed to put down quite a lot of string to get rid of the snow over here. Just a couple of patches where I got snow falling instead of rain. That really ruins it when looking at it from a distance. There we go, doesn't that look a lot cleaner? But yeah, you might be wondering, why am I here this episode? I want to have some sort of an extension to this build, and it's going to be on land over here. And what I had in mind is actually having some sort of a tower, a sky tower going all the way from the cliff down there, reaching all the way up with some sort of a platform reaching out where the crewmates of this ship can perhaps get out and unload some of their cargo, do some trading with the mainland. Yeah, some kind of a steampunk. It's not gonna be exactly steampunk. I wonder what this style is going to be called. It's scavenger punk, if that's a thing, like steampunk-ish, with where all of the components basically are like very not matching and scavenged from all over the world wherever they could get their hands on. I'm not really sure how to describe this style, but right about now you should be seeing some artwork of what I based myself on to design this build. So you can see a bunch of pillars and towers and some elevated parts on the building, all decorated with some pathways and cranes and windmills and really basically just a whole bunch of detail. So yeah, it's unlike anything I've ever really done before. But this is really the point of this world. It's building things that I've never really built before, and in doing so trying to become a better and more versatile builder in Minecraft, if that makes sense. It does make sense, yeah. But before I can get started, there is a whole bunch of resource collecting ahead of me. Luckily I did limit myself in the amounts of different types of resources. But the main thing is going to be spruce wood and some more spruce wood. I'm gonna need a whole bunch of spruce wood. And luckily for me, spruce wood is by far the easiest wood type to collect in Minecraft. Like, one of these tall trees is a stack and a half of spruce wood, so that's nice and easy for me. But unfortunately, I also do need quite a lot of jungle wood as well as acacia wood, and also quite a good deal of oak wood. I also had to tend to my bees, my poor bees who are hidden away somewhere in a damp cave. But I do need quite a lot of wax to wax my copper. Quite a lot of copper is going to be involved in this build. I mean, it is a steampunk-ish build, so copper just makes sense. I was just in the middle of collecting some ink sacs to dye my terracotta, like around here at the submarine, when I suddenly noticed this random iron golem chilling out here on the bottom of the ocean, which is quite strange. I'm just gonna let him chill here, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, I've done it. I've gathered all of the stuff that's needed to do this build, and turns out I really didn't need to go gather all that much. Apart from some random black and brown dyes, I really had everything already stored in my chests over here somewhere. So that's nice and easy for me. Let's take these. Alright, before I can do any building, I need some food. Let's go for beef this time. Let's take the steak knife. Okay, and with all of this, I've got my chests, I got my bed, I've got my crafting table, I've lit up the area just a little bit, just I don't get any creeper surprises. I do apologize for any flashes from the day-night cycle, but this is gonna be a big time lapse. Alright, let's go. Ah, there she stands. Isn't it a beauty? I think, oh, this worked out so nicely. I mean, there's so much detail that went into this. Let's just have a look from a distance first. So you can see the color and the shape. It matches very nicely with the steampunk airship we already had up there. But yeah, I went for kind of the same color palette, like these brownish red tints mixed in with some green here and there and some cyan terracotta, just to mimic all kinds of rusted metal mixed together, and then some copper in between, and also just lots of wood. And as you can see, lots of these barrels, which are quite expensive to make actually. And having a look from the side over here, you'll notice this big nice looking clock. Remember that one when we're taking the tour? I love the gradient gnome. That one, I even shaded the color of the buttons. But there's so much to look at, we might as well just take the tour, and you'll see everything from close by. So this is the main entrance, Skytower Air Dock. There's not really much over here in this little building. This is just really for going up. We've got a stairway over here leading to the roof of this small structure, and then some more stairways. We've got some AC units or other technical things going through the wall. And then we reach the first building, which is sort of a research lab or a maintenance area or station. And I always wanted to do one of these, like a piston wall with all of these pipes going through the wall. I think this looks quite nice. A little storage area over here, some books. Maybe the maintenance manuals on all of these machines in this tower. Then we can go further up through the side passageway over here. And yeah, first let's go here. This is a storage area. I've put some shelves over here with a bunch of crates and barrels. Well, I probably need to tidy up the roof over here, but remember the clock that you saw from the outside? There's actually a neat little area over here you can go to, which is the clock maintenance deck. You'll have the back of the clock with all of the gears turning around. Well, they're not turning around, but imagine that they turn around, and we have a bit of a control panel over here, which we can arrange the clock. Or should there be any technical difficulties with the clock, people can come over here and fix the clock. So that's a pretty nice little detail. Going back down, take the ladder over here. And then we've got the stairs over here leading to the crane deck, which I also think looks pretty nice. We've got crane control area over here. It's got some levers and sort of a steering wheel and some buttons. This is the payload, probably going down to supply the people below. Yeah, this is a nice looking crane. Making our way further up, you'll have these sort of like an in-between deck. We've got some barrels and crates over here. Nothing too special, but we can go up even further. And here we've got the main cargo deck. We've got some crates being unloaded right now. This place is looking pretty nice, I think. We can go up to the main structure, I think, the highest point of this sky tower, and this is the landing platform. Let's just take a look over here. We've got a bell, and I think actually this entire building looks very nice. It's very detailed. We've got lots of elements on the roof and on the side of the building. This little crane over here, I think it looks nice. This is to unload, yeah, crates basically that are being unloaded from the ships passing by to put in the main cargo deck below. Also got a little walkway going around the back over here. Got another bell over here. You can have a look at the back of the windmill blades. We can go inside the building as well. There's quite a lot going on here, so let's start with this part over here. We've got some cargo area and maybe the desk of the harbor master or the port master. This is a sky port, so I'm guessing there's a port master keeping track of all the cargo and the goods coming in and going out. Some books over here, maybe his cargo logs. And this is the current one. We've got the endurance cargo log, currently carrying 20 crates of potatoes, 10 crates of carrots. Livestock, we've got 2 chickens, 1 goat, and a special, very dangerous ravager called Stomper. Perhaps he's here to be sold on the black market or something like that. This place feels kind of piratey, just like the ship as well. And yeah, up here is also still quite a lot to look at, so let's have a look up the ladder over here. We've got these big turning gears. This is actually the back of the giant windmill, so we've got this giant wheel powering this one, and then going into this machine over here, which is a sort of a power converter, I guess. It's something at least. We've got some flashing lights and some levers and some buttons and pipes going off in every direction, so that's pretty cool. And then over here we've got the absolute highest point that we can go in this tower. It's not really anything useful you can do here. It's just a small balcony. You can enjoy the view and the lovely sunset. Yeah, this is kind of boring, but yeah, this place is like completely finished and very much completely detailed. And I love the fact that you can like really go everywhere in this build. There's so many nooks and crannies. There's another balcony over here. You can just have a nice lookout. You can have a look at the crane. Only problem I'm having is when it rains, it also snows over here. So you can see I missed a couple of spots on the top of the balloon over here, and yeah, same thing over here. Gotta sleep because this place is dangerous. As I was saying, quite dangerous. Yeah, quite dangerous indeed. I should really light up this entire area just to make it a bit safer for me, and also to prevent my beautiful build from being blown up by creepers. But this, I think, is a very nice addition to my little steampunk area, which I think this will probably be becoming. Yeah, very nice addition indeed. Let's check on Stomper. I mean, he is in the cargo log, so I hope he's still in his cage where he belongs. Yup, he sure is. Want an egg? I'll give you an egg. Oh, no! Oh, I deserved that. And with this build finished, I'm actually super happy that I managed to finish the entirety of this thing, inside and outside. I'm usually not that big on doing interiors, but with this build finished, I think it's time for me to say goodbye to you all for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more cool builds like this. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next episode on Building with Flow. Good. Bye.